Hi and welcome to Snail Baby Tarot. Today I'm going to do some 18 plus messages. I just got some new inappropriate tarot decks that I'm really excited to try out. So I've been looking forward to doing this. Today we're going to be asking what sex with your person would be like, whoever that person may be. I have 4 groups to choose from today. There is a card and a little teeny tiny little chip of a gemstone for each group, so you can pick whatever imagery or whatever number or whatever crystal resonates with you. So for group 1, let's see if I can even really get this to show up. It's just a little bitty bit of amethyst. The card is Lunar Mansion number 10, the Fountain. Very beautiful. Group 2 is, I believe this is red Jasper, but I don't know tons and tons about rocks. I just really like the shape and the color. It's a very dynamic little rock. And then, fittingly, the card that came out with it was Lunar Mansion number 20, the Precipice. So that's a fun one. Group 3 is, it's very pretty. It's hard to capture. It's a little bitty bit of tiger's eye. I love tiger's eye. And the card that came out to go with it is Lunar Mansion number 5, the Wheel. And then the final one, of course, we have everybody's fave girl, everybody's home girl, Rose Quartz. Very pretty. And the card with it is Lunar Mansion number 28, the Sleeper. So you can, take a moment to think about the groups, meditate, or just, pick at random, whatever you want to do, whatever your process is. Of course, this is a channeled messages, like general collective reading, so take everything with a grain of salt. Don't try to make everything fit. And yeah, check out as many groups as you want. I hope you enjoy the reading. I hope it's fun and just a little bit spicy. Hi and welcome if you chose group 1, the Fountain, or Amethyst. I don't even know if you can see that on this green table. The color of this table swallows up everything else. Yeah, obviously in a sex reading right off the bat, I feel like there's a lot of fluids here. This could be a very gushy, plentiful, bountiful sexual union. That is one thing that it's hard to ignore. But also with Neptune being here, we have Neptune. I feel like we kind of get the lighter qualities of what Neptune can give us, that sort of sense of romanticism and the poetry of it, the beauty of it. It doesn't feel super serious, like I'm not getting the darker side of Neptune, at least not yet. But it feels like it's like good music, good food, having a good time. This might not be like a super serious connection kind of thing, but it does feel like you have a lot in common and you really enjoy each other's company, to say the least, with that Fountain. So I feel like the first thing I want to do just to check in is I want to see where you guys are at mentally and emotionally, just when you first get together, just to sort of set the stage for what the sex would be like, because I feel like the mental and emotional element does impact how the sexual connection develops. So if we could get a couple cards about that. Oh, okay. So the first one is a Dormant Air Moon Revision. So yeah, this could be something that is a long time coming. Like maybe you've had your eye on this person for a while, you've been thinking about them, or maybe this is like a bit of a rebound energy, like having just gone through. It is possible that one of you has just gone through a breakup, yeah, and that is why the energy feels more lighthearted and less. Yeah, it doesn't feel like necessarily like. It doesn't necessarily feel like a new start of anything. It may, for your person or you, it may take a little while before you want to be serious. Yeah, you have another dormant moon. Economy, sorry about that. Yeah, we have economy here. So you have 2 dormant moons. So this feels like coming out of, well, with the current situation that's happening, it does, oh my god, your bottom deck energy is another one. Another dormant moon, recharge. So yeah, I feel like both of you guys are feeling pretty depleted when you first come together, and there's this sense that you kind of want, you need a recharge, you need something fresh and new and fun. This could be like a post-COVID, like summer fling, like you guys are both like, oh, we got fucking vaccinated, let's be crazy together. It could be something like that, or it could just be that we're coming out of this feeling of deprivation and wanting to be nourished and wanting to have a new flow, a new lease on everything. I feel this 10 wanting to reset to a 1, wanting to reset to a new start. That's kind of the feeling here. And so I feel like for each other, you guys both are like an opportunity to share some passion, some joy, some fun. This feels like we're trying to like get back on track. We're trying to reset a little bit. That is kind of what's happening behind the scenes emotionally. So how are we approaching each other? Oh my god. Wow. Okay. My worm. It's virgin. Okay, so I feel like we're feeling a little bit shy. It's a very airy energy. We're feeling a little bit untouchable or out of reach. Yeah, with networker, there's a lot of talking here, but it may take a little while before something of note or value is said. So that's one person on the side of the connection. There's a feeling of protection. We're kind of looking to expand our social circle, or yeah, to like branch out a little bit yet, but it feels like it isn't super deep right away. Okay, a bunch of cards flashed, but they were too fast for me to see anything. What about the other side of this connection? Oh, trickster. You guys are in a funny little place, I have to say. Trickster, hello. One of you might be, it's like, now you see me, now you don't. They're there and then they're not there. It could be, oh, this was already flipped over in my deck. Divine Child. So someone, at least one of you appears to be going through some kind of rebirth, and there's a sense of, on one end, someone's not quite available yet. They're kind of doing some alchemical work. They're trying to like recreate their life or recreate themselves. And when they kind of come out on the other side of it with this divine child, I feel like they are a lot more ready to sort of open up and be affectionate and warm and loving. But in the meantime, they may be kind of like going through some, with this dormant earth moon, they could be going through some serious, like, dealing with some challenges surrounding deprivation or not knowing where to go in life or what their plan is. And so they don't necessarily have, it's weird because I feel like there is this like gooey, gushy, warm, exciting energy, but it's like neither of you are fully ready for it. This person is feeling very guarded. Maybe they're feeling kind of inexperienced, and so they're kind of trying to cover that up almost, or that, and the opposite resonance is that they could be like really out here hitting the pavement searching, trying to find someone who's gonna like give them this experience that they really want. Whereas this person doesn't yet feel equipped to give experiences because they're kind of transforming their own energy. They're not quite ready yet to give. So that's fun. Okay, but let's say at some point what the sex would be like if you guys did get together, allowing some time to pass. Let's start to get some death. Okay, so yeah, with Neptune and death coming out, there's some serious like transformative energy here. This could be the kind of thing that sneaks up on you that's not emotional at first and then it gets more emotional. With the Nine of Swords, we are healing some serious past pain, but with the Ace of Swords, there is this sense that this past pain gives us sort of like some understanding and introspection. And then with the Lovers being here, I feel like there's a sense of recognition and a sense of being really right for each other. But I'm asking about sex. Anything to say about the sex? I feel like, yeah, again, you guys both have to like deal with some demons before you can really come together as this kind of like really powerful entity. The sun's coming out. Oh my goodness. This really powerful coupling. It just takes a little time. It takes a little time. There's some renewal that needs to happen. Oh my gosh. Hi. Sorry, it's my dog. It does feel like you guys have a lot to offer each other. You do balance each other out. These two people, when put together, make up the Capricorn glyph. One of them has a goat head, and one of them has that tail that the Capricorn's a sea goat for whatever reason. And so I do feel like you guys actually could build something, but it takes a little while to recognize that. Yeah, at first I feel like it is about the fun. It is a bit of a... It's like you guys both seem a little bit shy, I would say, in the beginning. It takes a little while for the clouds to part. Yeah, I see you guys possibly needing to have some conversations to get to know each other as people, so you can trust each other. Trust that you guys both may have been hurt in the past, possibly in different ways, but you're both like needing to come together and like... This feels like a friendship as well as... Every time I try to do a sexy reading, there's always like... I'm just better doing relationship readings, I think. And then we have the 10 of Cups. This is a very different 10 of Cups resonance. It feels like there are emotional wounds that haven't been dealt with from past relationships. And when you first are starting, you're in this talking phase and getting to know each other, those old wounds may be re-triggered or reactivated. And so that's something that's going to, I think, bring this sense of like the Nine of Swords, cruelty and pain back into it, because this isn't fully resolved. You may work through these things together. I do think at the very least you will end up pushing each other. Just because you're getting to know each other, you'll end up forcing each other to work on these old psychic resonances that kind of hold you back from being happy. With the devil being here, is that focusing? Yeah, let me... Oh, I probably shouldn't show this card too closely, should I? Because there's titties. Okay, I'm just gonna... Here's the devil. I'm showing it to you vaguely. I do feel like... yeah, this is where this fountain energy comes in for sure. There is this like gushy side of things. I feel like there's a dangerous element to this connection sometimes. There's a lot of like high-key watery energy coming through for me. And it feels like, yeah, like when you really like fucking someone and then feelings start to sneak in, there's a bit of that. Maybe you already have feelings though, to be fair. But yeah, there's just a sense that once you really like get past this first stage, you're gonna end up kind of sprung. The Two of Cups is giving us that soulmate vibe. The Two of Cups over the Lovers. So yeah, I feel like this is a pretty significant connection, but it comes to you in the form of just like going out dancing, or just, you know, more casual dating, or, you know, just something that's more like it's about like pleasure at first. It's about having a good time and maybe just escaping pain and sorrow. But yeah, in the end, what we get is something that's so much more than that. We have the Emperor and the Star. You may end up being each other's ideal counterparts. You may end up being each other's, like, you know, dream people. These are both very, very much larger than life figures. This Emperor is, like, balanced on his tippy toes on a little planet. And the Star card is, like, she's got, like, a winged unicorn, like, busting out of her head. Can you see that? I feel like between the shittiness of my camera and this cardstock, you can't fully appreciate this cool, like, unicorn head. But, there's something unexpected about this, and it definitely feels like it's not what you were looking for necessarily. Yeah, it feels very surprising, and it feels like a little bit too good to be true. Oh my god, this is your bottom deck energy. Here's your bottom deck energy. It's a fucking unicorn. Yeah, this feels like really special. Like, you did not expect to find it. You were in your Knight of, yeah, the Queen of Swords is here, and the Knight of Wands. So one of you maybe was just like cutting off options, was pretty closed off emotionally, and the other one was maybe just wandering around, traveling, not really taking anything too seriously. But then, like, yeah, this does feel like stumbling across something pretty special. I mean, if you're watching a tarot video about this person, I don't know if you do have a specific person in mind or not, but it does feel like, yeah, there's definitely something here, and maybe you know that because you're watching the video. you're looking for this kind of resonance. Let's see. Can we have some more? What is the actual, like, what kind of sexual acts? Yeah, I do think this person is like an ideal. I do think this person is like an ideal here. She's holding a weird little statue. She looks like she's dressed like a bride. So yeah, I mean, don't worry too much about that if that's not the kind of message you're looking for. But it does feel like, oh, this person's, if your person has a dick, I feel like their dick will make you very happy. That's a sexual message. This person is like the obvious choice. If you have options, this person does feel like the obvious choice. If you're like more of a thinker, if you're more of this like airy side of the pile, I feel like you'll be very sure. Yeah, again, I feel like this person's dick will make you very happy. I feel like if they have a dick again, or a strap or something, I feel like you'll just love to spend time with it, play with it, mess around with it. And you can reverse that message if that makes more sense. But there is this sense of like, it's just very fun to explore it. There's just so much, love to spend time with this penis. Or a strap on, or whatever. What else is about the sex? Okay. Yeah, I feel like there's a sense of enjoying showing off. You have all these twos that I'm seeing, just two. I feel like you like to show off for each other. Oh, I shouldn't have shown that card that close, should I have? I might have to cut that out. That's like full beeve. Yeah, I do feel like, yeah, there's this, I feel like there's big mutual appreciation for genitals coming through. This deck does like show a lot of genital stuff, but like also I just feel like these specific cards are giving me big appreciation. You like to look at, touch, explore, but just like to see it. Like you just like to look at it and be like, yeah, that's my partner's, yeah, like it just feels like it's your playground, you know what I mean? I feel like that's quite mutual as well. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna show this really fast. She's hugging a penis. Oh my god. There's a huge amount of appreciation for genitals. It's going both ways. Here's someone grabbing a man's junk again. This is very, almost ridiculously straightforward. But yeah, there's like especially whoever has the penis, I feel like it's just like a really high quality penis that they will love to just spend some time with. Yeah, I feel like when it comes to vagina, there's more of an appreciation of like looking at it and seeing it spread out and everything, and for a dick it's more of an appreciation of like wanting to hold it in the hand. That's kind of the vibe. This one also came out, so I feel like a lot of different positions, a lot of different ways. I feel like you might tire your person out, or vice versa, depending on where you resonate on this, but this shows 4 women all over one dude. So there is this sense that like you like it a lot, and you might actually have more energy than your person. You might tire them out. This person's in a hospital. You might really be tiring them out. It feels like the flow just never stops. Like this is just someone who's like, this is, yeah, yum, yes, sign me up. Your last card on the bottom is the Knave of Air. So that, for me, reinforces the feeling of like, there's a lot of like fun to be had there. Again, the feeling of dancing, definitely going out dancing, or just like playing records in your house and dancing to them. That's definitely something that I feel like is for you guys. Yeah. Like I feel like even if this connection, it just feels like regardless of like the intentions at the outset, whether or not either of you is necessarily in a headspace where you want a serious relationship, this is the sort of thing that might become serious. I don't want to say that it will, just in case it doesn't, but it does feel like it's just always going to be really fun and playful though. That's the main thing. I think that's why I just can't keep thinking of like dancing. Is that it's all just about like having a good time, like just, you know, when people say like, you're not just my girlfriend or boyfriend or NB friend, you're also my best friend, like that kind of vibe. It's very that. It's like there's no one you'd rather watch be a goofball dancing around in your kitchen than this person. and that's part of why you may be all over them sexually. There could be someone who just like, when they're just like being themselves, being goofy, talking, laughing, you just like are like, oh god, I want you right now, because it's like you just like them as a person. And you could also flip these messages. They may feel that way about you. I definitely feel like there's this one person who's more on the airy side. That's something that's coming through with this knave of the knave of air, and then the queen of swords being here, this being an air moon with the magician. This feels like the one person is more airy and maybe more in their head, and that this connection will kind of bring you out of your headspace a little bit and bring you into your body more. That's kind of the feeling that I get. Like there's just this, like, the energy just flows down more, flows out of your head a little bit, which can be really, really nice. And yeah, I think that is the reading that I have for you. That's all the messages I see. I hope that was helpful or fun or whatever, mildly entertaining for 20 minutes or however long. I think it was less. But enjoy the rest of your day, and bye-bye. Hiya and welcome. If you picked this little bitty bit of red Jasper, put that by the fire, or this card Precipice. So this is an interesting choice right off the bat to ask about what sex would be like, because I'm kind of getting, well, a couple of things with Precipice. Precipice can make me think of the danger of putting someone on a pedestal, of course, because this person is about to topple off. And then there's also just kind of like this really erratic energy that comes with this card, with all the Sagittarius, Jupiter and Mars energy being here. So this could be a very exciting connection, but I'm getting a little bit of Icarus vibes. So the first card that just dropped out was Passion. I'm just gonna get some Moon Oracle cards to kind of check in with what's going on with you mentally and emotionally. Just at the start, if you guys did get together, where would your heads be at? Because I feel like that is very important to the trajectory of a connection. I'm so sorry if you can hear my dog snoring in the background. He's a pug, so he snores even when he's awake. He just can't breathe. It's pretty horrible that pugs exist. We shouldn't have done that. I'm gonna readjust him really fast. His nostrils are in a clear position now. Let's see, so we're checking in with group 2. Where is their person's head at? Oh, okay, so we have 2 air moons coming out here. One is the full air moon, that's Solution, and this is, that's upside down, Adaptability, a waxing air moon. So I definitely feel like there's 2 very different energies here. I do notice that 2 of the 3 cards did come out upside down, so you guys may be at cross purposes, or it may be that like one of you feels like you're very, very in this with Passion being here. But this passion may be withheld, or it could come on too strong with it coming out reversed. I don't always take reversals with this deck, but I do feel like with Precipice there is a sense of being unbalanced, or kind of going back and forth too much. Adaptability and Solution tells me that someone is working really, really hard on something. There's, even though this is an air moon, it does feel kind of like more grounded. Someone is trying to just make sure that the energy kind of follows through in a straight line. I'm seeing all these cards have symmetry, but I'm just like really noticing these 2 moons here and these 2 moons here. The reflective energy, the synergy of that, someone's really trying to make this work. And I don't feel like the other person is disinterested per se, but it feels like they may be a little bit more, their energy may be a little bit more erratic. I'm getting like Scorpio Sagittarius cusp, really, is what I'm thinking of. They may not always work in their own best interests, and that's why we're kind of teetering on this precipice. So let's take a little bit more of a look into what's going on, I suppose, with personas more than anything. Like, what are your approaches, you and this person? Oh my god, okay. That's like a billion cards. Someone's got a lot of different faces, a lot of different parts of themselves that want to have equal screen time. Okay, let's focus. Okay, so for one person we have Storyteller and Exorcist popping out. One was reversed and one was right side up. That depends on your perspective. So I do feel like someone's kind of a bit of a big talker. They do feel like maybe they have some demons they need to exercise, some work on themselves that they need to do. They may say one thing and do another. And it's not because they're trying to be a liar or that they're like a really undependable bad person. It just feels like they have some shit they need to work on with themselves. Let's look at the other person. What's the other person like in this situation? Oh. The other person's a hedonist. You just want to enjoy this. Just want to feel good. Just want to have a lovely, beautiful time. Kind of a chill energy, just wanting to really enjoy what life has to offer. Anything else about this hedonist? Even though this is coming out with an air moon, this feels like a very grounded energy, like someone who just wants to like have a nice picnic or wants to like lay in bed on a Sunday and talk, and someone's feeling a little bit more chill than the other person. Never mind, I take that back. So we have Destroyer and Lover also coming out. So actually, maybe not chill. Maybe chill is not the right word. Sensual, yes. Sensual in the extreme. Like you have a lot of love to give and it is exploding out of you. And I do feel like, again, I'm guessing this is you if you're the one watching this. If you have your heart set on this person, I'd be careful about investing too much emotional energy in them because they have things that they're processing, things they're working on, and I don't know that they necessarily know how... I don't feel like they necessarily know that they're being disingenuous or they're being untrustworthy. It seems like they're not fully aware. And I feel like that could be very frustrating, very disappointing is kind of the feeling that I get. This could be very disappointing in terms of a relationship. But let's say you guys just have sex. Let's just look more, let's try to get more into sex messages. Oh, sex. The Fool. So this does feel like kind of a no strings attached energy. Your person is coming across like a bit of a fool, to be fair. We have the Prince of Swords. I feel like, this is interesting. The Prince of Swords could be representing you. There is kind of like a more structured energy coming through. I feel like communication is important. Yeah, communication is important. Yeah. So here we have the Seven of Cups, which in this deck is very sad and guilty and shameful, and the Tower. So it does feel like if you were to try to make things serious with this person, it wouldn't really work out. I feel like it would, again, only be disappointing. Yeah, this person isn't really in a place where they can put in the work, but I do think you might be more in that place. You might be wanting to put in more work, put in more time, but until a sort of transformation takes place, with the Death card being here, some kind of leveling up takes place, I don't really think that's on the table. So yeah, definitely more of a no strings attached thing is what I'm getting with this person. Okay, so what would that be like? This is, okay, this is, I gotta remember, it's written in Russian, so I just have to think. This is the Messenger, or like the Page of Wands. Your person really doesn't like to be controlled. I feel like if you try to put any boundaries on them, they react to them like you're this big angry face, like bossing them around. It's like, you're not my dad. Like, you're not my dad. It's like a really weird vibe, but like they don't like the feeling of being boxed in or controlled. I don't think that you're trying to do that, but yeah, they feel very defensive, honestly. it feels like with the Six of Air that your frameworks are like fundamentally incompatible. I feel like they're in more of a space where they want to roam and be free, and they are afraid of being caged in. So emotionally speaking, this is the Four of Cups, they will have their guard up. So I do feel like, let's say you have, God, what, emotionless sex? I don't know. Okay, that's too many things. I'll take the two that landed on the table. We have the Magician and the Empress here. So I feel like your person kind of wants someone to like explore all the possibilities with. With the Magician, this Magician is surrounded by all these little bubbles of different, like, I don't know, scenes of people having sex, I guess. So I feel like they want someone to like experiment and play with, and kind of like they want this freedom to come and go, but they like doing all these, I feel like they want to like experiment with one person. That's the thing. That's kind of what it would be like. With this Empress, they have like an ideal in their head of like the perfect person. I don't know if this is how I feel like probably your person is more masculine, or they're in a masculine energy. So I feel like they may have, like, they're holding out for some ideal or something, or they kind of idealize the person they're with, which again is that pedestal energy. There is like a weird, it's a weird danger of idealization that is coming through for me. And I feel like one of the big dangers with idealization is when you realize someone isn't the way you thought they were going to be. Sometimes they can flip in your brain, and instead of seeming like the best, they can then seem like the worst. So I feel like it's just quite dangerous. Like, I feel like you both just maybe need to recognize that you might have incompatible needs or desires in this. With the Queen of Swords, yeah, it's like this is, if you are going to do this, I feel like you just need to stay in a very independent energy, and that could be doable for you. It depends on what kind of person you are. I just feel like the person you are asking about is kind of giving me like a Knight of Swords energy. Like, they're very, with the Page of Swords, yeah, maybe even the Page, not even the Knight. They're kind of, there's like an immaturity here, is kind of what I get. Let's get any more messages about what the sex would be like between the two of you. What would the sex be like? Jumbled. Jambalaya. What about the sex? Okay, so your person might be an independent energy, but I feel like they are giving. They are generous. I feel like the feminine will get some... Oh, I just saw this. Oh my god, while I said that, this wax started oozing in the most, like, you can't, I don't know if you can even see that, but it just started oozing slowly down, and that was like, wow, because I was thinking about cunnilingus. So yeah, I feel like someone's gonna be oozing. My god. Yeah, I feel like they really like to get everything flowing. They really like to perform that service. That was just, talk about synchronicity. That was shocking. That was so like pornographic in the moment. Yeah, they may also like to see their fluids ooze out of you, if that's applicable. Anyways, yeah, okay, so this kind of, these three cards together, I'm just going to show you them quickly. This is the Five of Earth, this is the Hierophant, and this is the Queen of Earth. So I think they like to see you out of control, because this shows two of the twatting could definitely be something that they like, that they're into. I feel like they definitely would want to see you touch themselves. They would want to maybe be more of a dominant and order you to touch yourself or something. That could definitely be something. They do like things that are shocking with this Hierophant card. There's a lot of earth energy here, so they feel like they're very tactile, very physical. They want to really, part of the reason they may want you to masturbate in front of them is because they want to know how your body works. Like, they want to see how it works in a very tactile way. They want to know exactly what to do so then they can do it to you. But I also feel like, yeah, definitely sex in public could be something with them. They do like compromising positions. They would love it if you like flash them a little bit in public. You could reverse that message if you want to, but it definitely feels like it's all about being shocking. That's a huge part of it. And they like to see you out of control. That's probably why they like to give head. They like it when you lose control and are just like totally in the physical experience of it all. Any other sexual messages to close it out? What a funny finishing card. Yeah. So with the King of Water here, I feel like they may... Can I have one clarifying card for that, honestly? Like, I feel like they have such a weird energy and then they come up as the King of Cups. I feel like they may present as like a kind of boy next door, girl next door type at the end of the day. Like, they may... Yeah, they definitely might be a Scorpio. Oh, okay, yeah. So I definitely feel like they have like a pretty intense sexual side to themselves. They may keep it under wraps in a big way. Like, you might not expect this from them. They might seem really, really sweet. But I feel like still waters run deep is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. I want these two cards. So we have two water cards now. The 4 and 7 of Cups. So yeah, I just feel like they may kind of like to watch you. They may like to see you. They may like to see you in water, but that's quite literal. But she's in water too, so they may really like to watch you take baths and stuff, and shower and things like that. Yeah. They also may really want to come on you. But yeah, I feel like they kind of just like to watch you and observe you, and yeah, still waters run deep with them. It doesn't... And the more I feel like they have, like, if you, this is someone who, like, I feel like develops feelings without realizing it. Like, I feel like if you try to get into a relationship right away, they're not into that, but, like, over time, they may grow very attached and very stuck, because Scorpios do, once they are sprung, they are really, really, really sprung. But I feel like it just takes a long time, and I feel like they kind of want to... At first, I think they just kind of want to put you through your paces and try a lot of different things with you. And they keep their real emotions under wraps. Like, they definitely have, like, a low-key, sneaky controlling vibe. Like, it's not necessarily immediately apparent. I just noticed the 4 of Cups came up here twice. So, yeah, I feel like when it comes to emotions, they could be very guarded, and they could be waiting... really, really waiting to make a commitment to anyone, and in the meantime they kind of want someone to play with and have fun with, while they have this ideal girl in their head that they're on the lookout for. And I feel like they don't necessarily know what their ideal is. They think they know, but they could be a little bit naive in this sense. But yeah, I wouldn't expect them to be super committed out the gate, but I would expect them to be low-key, hella freaky. And your bottom deck energy is the 5 of Wands. That hangs a little bit of dong, so I probably shouldn't show that. 5 of Wands, and underneath the King of Wands. So yeah, they want a voracious woman, because they're quite voracious, and they like to be in control, but they also want you to be insatiable, is a word that just came to mind. Like, they want you to just want it all the time, morning, noon, and night, and be... Yeah, they that's what would really get them going, is to know that you just, like, can't control yourself. They want to be the one who's, like, seems really calm and in control, like they're running the show, this Magician and King of Cups energy, where you're, like, receiving all the energy and just, like, taking it in and being so overwhelmed and so pleasured by it. That's kind of the energy that I'm getting from this. So that is the reading that I have for you. I hope that was fun. I hope that was what you wanted to see. Thank you and goodbye or good night. Hi and welcome if you chose this little bitty bit of Tiger's Eye, or if you were more drawn to the wheel card. Either way, welcome. So, this is a very interesting card, of course, to look at, just to channel messages, because this does seem like an opportunity, the start of something new. a possibility, but it kind of all hinges on whether or not you and your person can sort of see eye to eye and trust each other. We have Saturn and Mercury, so this is really all about communication. That will determine the growth of this connection, and Saturn is kind of our ability to like deal with the heavier parts of our own nature and the nature of other people. So it feels like a little bit dangerous, but at the same time it feels like a really important opportunity. Which is weird. I don't know if you're just here for the sex, but like, maybe if this doesn't resonate, this might not be your group, because this feels like bigger energy to me in terms of the emotional opportunity here. Or the emotional danger, depending on your perspective. 5 is one of those numbers that can go either way. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get a moon phase card to kind of determine where you and this person are at emotionally and mentally, because I feel that where you start off in your headspace will determine the trajectory of the whole connection, regardless of whether or not it's just a fling or if it's an actual long-term thing. So what do we have for that? Also, I'm sorry if you can hear my dog. He can't breathe. So yeah, sometimes you can hear him. Boy. Oh boy. That like fall out of my hand like 4 times. So we have disillusion. That is a waning water moon. Okay, so yeah, I feel like there's this feeling of having been hurt before on one side at the very least. Like this is the very last moon phase before we get to the black moon. So there's kind of this. My throat just closed up. We also have another, this is a waxing moon. So we have these 2 moons, one is waning, one is waxing. This one feels like we've already been through a lot of emotional cycles and we're just like, we don't want to be shot down again or hurt again or let down again. The feeling of down is here very strongly. The wheel's been on a downturn for one of these people, and for the other people it feels like it's on an upturn. So one of these people feels like they are more likely to be the initiator because they're kind of in an impulsive mood, they're feeling passionate, they're feeling fiery. Here we're kind of like letting go of everything, it's all dropping down, and here the new fresh shoots are kind of springing up. You can even see with the way the energy is going. This one has energy pointing downward with this little dangly bit, and then this one has energy poking out of the top. So you're in different places, I feel like. And I feel like you'll know which one you are just based on your own headspace. Oh, interesting. Your bottom deck energy is another waning moon, compromise. So you will have to meet each other in the middle. Someone is going to have to slow down a little bit and kind of show that they're trustworthy or reliable, and someone is going to have to open up and kind of take a risk even though they've been hurt in the past. I keep hearing that part of that Tyler Creator song where he goes, don't shoot me down. I got that stuck in my head now. So let's see. What's the approaches to this situation? Let's lay the land. Healer. Yeah, someone is definitely in need of some healing. Someone may be working on healing themselves. Yeah. What else do we see here? Can you just give me one card instead of a whole cascade? Decks that are too big, I swear to God. I can never just get one little card. Yeah, I feel like at this point, you may not even have emotional wounds. It may be like, because this is her head, you may have like, these wounds are still existing in your head, like that 3 of Swords vibes. We have Samaritan here, so I feel like this person is the person who's going to help you heal. They're going to reach out to you and kind of pull you across. Okay, and then we also have Engineer here. That's really interesting. Talent for designing resolution to common dilemmas. So that's interesting. This person could be the person to kind of fix your problem. But let's get another card for that. I want to clarify that energy. Alchemist. Yeah, okay. I definitely feel like this Engineer, I'm like, I don't know what that is. I don't understand. But like Alchemist, yes, I get it. So this person is here to help you transmute old pain into new pleasure is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. And it might take you a little while to like reach out and take the hand that they're extending. that's going to be your choice. You know, you got to do that in your own time. At first, with this engineer, I'm just getting how, like, cold and calculating this, like, background makes it look. So you may at first see this person as being sort of cold. Yeah, or untrustworthy, or like you don't trust their motives or where they're coming from. Yeah, and it almost feels like they've been looking for someone like you. That's very possible. Or they have to, like, they may have personal circumstances in their life that they have to sort of find a way to maneuver through or around before they can kind of come and reach out to you. Like, they may have other things going on, because with this this one here on this card, one of fire, there's this sense that they are getting a fresh start. So they may have to, like, work out how to, it's almost, they might have to get out of another relationship or another commitment or something, but it does feel like they're coming out of something. Maybe they're moving too fast, and maybe it just takes a little while to, like, for you to understand where they're coming from. Or, again, I just realized I started assuming that you were this person. Flip the messages if they don't resonate. That's funny. Didn't realize that. So this whole coming together process and the sex. If you would like to go straight to the sex, go ahead. Oh, Emperor. Someone's an ideal. Someone kind of wants to take the lead here, pave the way. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, big energy, the lovers. There is the sense of an ideal definitely coming through. Wow. But you kind of both need to step forward into it with Samaritans and the lovers. It needs to be a combined effort. This one Emperor person can't take charge of everything and make it all happen. Oh, this came out when I pre-shuffled. Okay, the Six of Cups. So yeah, this is hella, if you resonate with the idea of this being a soulmate, that's very possible. And yeah, it does feel like you may physicalize this connection very fast with this specific card showing a lot of couples having a lot of sex in a lot of different ways. If not, I do feel like you are calling to this person. Your energy is calling to them, and there is a very sexual component to it. Yeah, I feel like if this is like a person that's not in your life, you haven't grounded this connection, there's this feeling that someone wants to work toward it, move toward it, but they're moving quite slowly. That is this energy again with the engineer, like they have to figure out how they're going to move forward, because this is a prince. He's not moving, he's actually sitting and his bowl's laying down, but he has the intentions and he's putting in the plans. It feels like he has to get across some kind of challenge before we can get to this sort of impulsive, new, fresh start. Yeah, this card has a lot of energy on it. It's very bizarre. It's like having to go through the wasteland, but it's almost like the wasteland of the self, of the ego. This is Mars and Leo are shown on this card, and I don't know if you've ever met someone with their Mars and Leo, but oh my god, they're so fucking difficult. They are the worst people to fight with. I'd rather die than get into a fight with a Mars and Leo. They're worse than me, and that's saying a lot. So yeah, your person may have to really fight for something, and it's not easy. It's gonna take them time. They're gonna have to plan it out and think about it. So they may not be available when you first meet them and you're just kind of resonating with them from afar. That's just for some of you. Yeah, I feel like definitely though the sexual vibes are very here, and you kind of want to do it every single which way. With the Prince of Discs being here, I feel like there's a definite desire to kind of take your time to explore every nook and cranny, to try everything at least once. With the Two of Swords, yeah, I feel like you guys are really mixing together your energy. Yeah, it's just like, because this Two of Swords is very busy as well. You can, I don't know if you can see, there's like all four elements. It's like a coming together of all the different sides of you. It definitely feels like the great marriage. With alchemy, again, your person can have a very like tantric approach to sex with alchemy, and then the Prince of Coins. They could be someone who really likes a long, slow, intense build up. Okay, let's get some more about the sex. Girl, Nine of Cups. Wow. Wow. I feel like this is, with one of the people here being depicted as an angel, someone has to really go through the full process of healing, acknowledging, understanding, and kind of like conquering their demons before we get to this beautiful Nine of Cups energy. The Emperor just popped out again. So you could be manifesting a masculine ideal, or you could be a person who identifies as a masculine energy, also manifesting an ideal. But it feels like this takes an incredible amount of balance. You can see this Emperor's on his very tippy toe. And it's like, he's gotten so big, he's balanced on the world on like one toe. It's an incredible feat, and he makes it look easy. This Emperor is this is such a funny deck because it's full of like really big, like roided up dudes with huge muscles. And then the Emperor is like the most beautiful, petite, feminine young man. And I love it. So I feel like this Emperor is someone who's in touch with their feminine side. He's very well balanced, and that's, how else would he be able to stand on a ball on one foot? Like, he's incredibly balanced. And I feel like, yeah, there is this sense of really like leveling up and going through some real tests of the spirit to get to this incredible connection. This is not what I was expecting. This is like really big energy. No offense, like this is not what I was expecting though. I feel like this is someone that you can really dream with, that you can build a future with. That you can make plans with, like your visions are very aligned, and I think it's because both of you have gone through some serious stuff. You understand what you don't want. There's this healing here, there's this need to free oneself on the other side, to come into one's own power, and I feel like the two of you are really ready to be in a connection with a sense of vision, with a sense of the future. Okay, but what about the lovemaking? Oh my god. Okay, that's a lot of cards. That's too many. Oh, damn. I really wanted to take them. Can you give me like 2 to 3? Okay, thank you. 3 exactly. Your bottom deck energy is the Nine of Swords, which in this deck is very different than other Nines of Swords. Again, I get this long-term future. Like, they're going places. They have that big boat. That's what it's for, to take you places. Like, your visions and goals are aligned. Okay. So I feel like there definitely will be some challenges here with this 3 of... What is this, fire? No. Air. 3 of air. Very confusing that they made air red, but I feel like there will be challenges at first in terms of aligning your viewpoint. The 3 of air is also the 3 of swords, so if you resonate with again, that energy I was picking up here with like an emotional wound that eventually becomes like a mental blockage, that could be a source of some conflict between the two of you or within yourself. But it does feel like it's not like you're gonna meet them and you're gonna immediately like finish each other's sentences or have the exact same thoughts and opinions. You will have like conflicts, you'll have debates, you'll have points of contention, but the fact that you have these moments is what's going to like, you know, push you forward in your development as a couple. Also, I feel like sometimes fighting will be very sexy. I feel like talking, to get back into the sex of it all, I feel like when you talk about your shared future, like where you want to live and like, oh, how you want to have a home together, have kids, or travel together, whatever it is, I feel like that's kind of very sexy. Like, that's a beautiful, like, emotionally charged but erotic energy. And then I also feel like sometimes when you fight, you guys get a little bit, there's a little bit of a feisty energy there that can translate to sex. I feel like you show this person who they really are and vice versa. I don't know if you can see this, but she's like holding a little mini version of him in her hand. This is like, you reflect who this person is, and I feel like you bring them greater self-awareness, which they really value about you. And then we have, this is the Knight of Coins, which is funny, she doesn't look like the Knight of Coins, but we are getting this slow building energy, and this Knight of Coins looks like a phoenix, so it's very transformational. Yeah, and I'm getting like, yeah, and then I don't know why, but for some reason this card is giving me a specific vibe of like you guys may like anal. Sorry, or like penetration from behind. Yeah, that's just kind of coming through. That's, yeah, not normally. But yeah, or like standing up sex from behind. But yeah, I just felt that really strongly. Okay, that wasn't bad. Any other sex messages on that note, if I'm already in that headspace? Okay, oh my goodness. Okay, so we have the Magician. I'm not going to show it for too long because these ones are quite... We have the Devil. Yeah, the sex energy is very, very fucking strong. Yeah, you guys definitely could like toys. I feel like that's also something you could like to have sex with a butt plug in, one or both of you. I feel like that could be something. But yeah, I feel like you guys both like to have fun with toys. That's one thing that's coming through with the Magician. And then we have the Six of Coins. I feel like dress up could definitely be a part of this. I feel like your person really likes your ass. Definitely likes to admire you. One or both of you could like to kind of dress up in cute underwear. If either of you resonates with that, not to say, if that doesn't resonate, you don't have to take it. But, yeah, and I definitely feel like, again, like you guys build up a beautiful environment together. A beautiful, because this is just like a gorgeous room. Everything's well decorated. It's nice. It's just lovely. So that's definitely something that could... Oh my god, that's my dog. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I have to stop him from chewing holes in himself. But yeah, I feel like your person also likes to watch you touch yourself, or likes to watch you touch them. Like I'm seeing this hand job kind of vibe. They like your hands, or you like their hands, but I'm getting like big hand vibes, hands gripping things or like stroking things, but like hands are very, very important. It's like hands and voices, like there's something very intimate about this energy. Hands, voices, also legs. Someone has sexy legs. Anything else? Okay, don't know why this came out. We'll have to think about this. The Knight of Water. I guess I feel like sometimes there's a sense that they can get lost in you a little bit. I feel like that's a message that's coming through. But also, can I have a clarifier for why this Knight of Water is here? The Knight of Water and the King of Air. Okay, so these probably aren't really messages sexually speaking. These may be more your sexual personas. So it feels like one of you is more of a person who kind of goes with the flow, who gets really, is really receptive, really deep emotionally, and is, yeah, I'm getting this really, really receptive energy. And the other person is kind of more... not aloof, because this King of Air is like kind of smiling and laughing, and he's on the earth, so there's this kind of, I guess there's like a really playful energy to him, like it's less emotional, but it's more like they're like enjoying the flow almost, like they like to see the flow, they like to see the show, they enjoy the show. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. Yeah, it's very like, there's a really playful, goofy element to this, and then there's like a really intense element with the devil being here. Like, it's a really, really sexual element here as well. Okay, so the Knave of Water. Yeah, I feel like maybe they do like to pick you up and throw you around a little bit sometimes. It feels very lighthearted and playful with the King of Air being here. Like, it feels like it's not super like dominant necessarily, like it's not, I mean obviously it's a little bit dominant, but it feels like it's more like just like play fighting, messing around, wrestling, like picking you up. And then I'm just seeing this as them throwing you onto the bed, even though that's not as the feminine or receptive person being thrown onto the bed. and kind of like flipping you around. I feel like they like to, yeah, like they like to pull you by your legs down the bed a little bit or like flip you over. I feel like they really like your legs. Like legs are coming through really strong. But yeah, I feel like they definitely like to just see this part and like just kind of touch and yeah, like touch every part of your legs and like pull them apart and yeah, yes. Any last messages? Again, legs. Yeah, I just think they think you're really cute also. I think they're just really fucking... Yeah, and it's just like a little bit of a dreamy, cute vibe with the final card being Jupiter and Libra, an air card. It's like, I think you guys are really, like, you like to talk about your fantasies, your dreams, your hopes, and I feel like this is about your whole life in general, but it's also about your sex life. Like, you kind of like to explore fantasies together, and it feels like quite lighthearted, honestly, like quite sweet, a little bit dopey almost. Like it's very sexy with the devil being here. But I feel like one or both of you is just kind of a bit of a goofball. Yeah, you're kind of just goofballs. So like you'll be very sexy, but then you're also like can laugh with each other and play with each other. Be like, like again, like if you can see on this devil card, the face of the dude, hold on. You see this dude's face? It's like not focusing. It's not focusing for me. I'm trying so hard to get it to focus. But yeah, you can see his face is like so goofy and weird and silly. I don't feel like your person is gonna look like this, so don't worry. But like, I do feel like it's just very playful. And I feel like it's genuinely like quite erotic and sexy as well, but also it feels like a very safe space. Oh my god, this was bottom deck energy for group 1 as well. So I don't know if you were interested in both groups, but that's interesting to me. I feel like the Emperor did come out for group 1 too, but maybe I'm wrong. So if you don't feel called to it, don't watch it. Don't bother. But yeah, so again, like goofball energy. There's so much air and water energy here. I feel like it's very much like it's talking, it's chatting, it's playing, and then it gets a little bit emotional, and then it gets a little bit sexy, and then there's like a little bit of rubbing and some touching and some like pulling down of certain items of clothing. It's very like, I feel like it's just very, it feels really natural and organic and like very like intimate and sweet. So that is what I see for what the sex would be like with your person. If it doesn't, oh yeah, and the bottom deck energy here is the Prince of Air. So yeah, again, you have the King of Air, Prince of Air, that's the same card, and then you have the Knight here. Yeah, there's this like definite like intellectual, playful, jokey energy here. That's a sign that this reading could be for you if you're a very airy person, or if the person you like is very intellectual or talkative or funny. That's a sign that this is... Oh, I just realized there's a face down card here. Yeah. Huh. Here we go. So yeah, I do feel like, whoa, with that being your final card, that's just like came out of nowhere for me. Yeah, I feel like this is like not where my head is at. This is so different. I feel like there is like, it'll be hard to get to this point. Yeah, again, back to what I was, I guess, picking up on in the beginning, like, it'll be hard to reach out and, like, take this person's hand. You may be really, really defensive. And I feel like once you get to the other side, it's going to feel so right and so natural and organic. But yeah, I do think it will be very challenging. Yeah, with the 8, it could be a cycle as well. It is very challenging to, like, move into this new unknown territory, but I do think if you get the opportunity to do so, it will be very, very enjoyable, very sweet, very lovely. This definitely feels like long-term energy. Yeah, it's a really beautiful energy, and we need a little bit of healing before we're quite ready for it. But yeah, that is the reading that I have for you. I hope it was fun or interesting or just like, I don't know, mildly enjoyable. I I don't know how to end videos, I'm sorry. But enjoy the rest of your day. Bye. Hiya and welcome if you chose group 4, the sleeper, or the little pink rose quartz. Whatever called you to this group, welcome. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get some moon oracle cards to see where you and your person are at, or where you and your person would be at mentally if you came together, mentally and emotionally, because I feel that where your headspace is at usually will set a trajectory for a relationship. So I just want to, or not a relationship, maybe it's just a fling. I don't know, with the rose quartz I do get more of a love energy, but we'll see what comes up. With the sleeper being here, this is kind of like, this is the final lunar mansion. So this is kind of the card where the energy has gone completely dormant and internalized, and we're kind of dreaming of our next cycle. So that could be why you're here watching with this, about this person, because you have a history and you're kind of waiting to see what would be like if that were renewed, or if you just have been waiting a long time to get with this person. But we'll see what comes up for you. Oh my god, am I not focusing hard enough? Okay, thanks. One of the cards is solution. So yeah, I do feel like this feels like something that's taken a long time, almost something that you've manifested. This has been, yeah, something you've had to be very patient about, I feel like. Maybe this person has gone through a long journey of development, and there's this feeling of having to have waited. Yeah, so we have challenge here. There's been a challenge, honestly, like it feels like with their communication. It feels like maybe in the past, you and this person have been working at cross purposes. Like, I'm suddenly having such a hard time talking. I don't know if this is because you're the fourth group, or if it's just because I'm talking about troubles with communication, but it just feels like things are in disalignment. And that's why this dormant energy is here with the sleeper card. It's not, I feel like we're on the precipice of a rebirth energy. So let's see, where's your person? Ooh, achievement, full moon. So we have these two full moons. The bottom deck energy is another earth moon, ambition. So it feels like there are big intentions for this group, and kind of, at least on one side, a recognition that there's something here, something of value, even if we can't physicalize it at the current moment. Yeah, I feel like you're just kind of working in different modalities right now. Like, one of you is out here trying to achieve things, trying to level up, kind of trying to like create this little world where you're successful or happy or independent, and the other person is equally as much trying to like bring something to fruition, but this is more of a personal ambition or goal or idea. And it's just like everything isn't ready to come together. With the 8 of coins being here, this is like a very underground energy so far. It feels like you may have a history with this person. I don't know why you would be watching a video about what the sex would be like unless it's been a long time. But just because it feels like you've tasted the fruit before, or it feels like one of you may be unavailable because you're in another relationship. Or it's just like for some reason the connection feels forbidden, like people in your social circle are against it, or something like that, because there's this sense that there's this hidden energy here, there's this hidden connection. We're having to hide it from someone. Yeah, with the 10 of swords, a cycle needs to close out. Again, with this cross purposes energy. Cycle needs to close out before we can start something new. So either like you, the two of you have a cycle between you, or one of you has a cycle. One of you, it could be that your person is in a relationship with someone. I am kind of getting that vibe. But we gotta wait for our correct moment here with the wheel. We have to wait for the wheel to turn. I feel like there is a heavy resonance here between the two of you. There is a strong energy that at least one of you can really feel. One of you has this idea that there's kind of like these little threads tying you together, that you're going to end up together. But in the meantime, we really do need to balance our energy and let go of the desires of our ego. It feels like there has to be this breakthrough that has to happen first. Maybe with your person, maybe with you, but there is this sense that like some structure has usurped the place of a greater truth, or we've built up some kind of wall that doesn't need to be there, but there is some kind of like blockage there that needs to be broken down. I mean, this can happen violently in the form of a tower moment, or we can kind of transmute our energy and move higher. It's kind of up to, it feels like it's more likely your person, but I feel like you would also know if this applies to you. Your bottom deck energy is the Prince of Cups. So yeah, I feel like there's a lot of emotion here. There's a lot of emotion with the Six of Cups underneath as well. Yeah, this does feel like, I just thought of the song, you know, at your best you are love. This is sung way better by Aaliyah and Frank Ocean and the Isley Brothers. But yeah, it feels like at your best, you or your person is like the Prince of Cups, but there is a journey happening here. So like you might not get the best at this current moment until we get this rebirth energy. The sleeper goes into the volcano. That's the first lunar mansion is a volcano. So it feels like when it's time, everything's going to burst out and there's going to suddenly be a new start to this cycle with these 2 tens here. But and the full moons, but it just feels like we really need to transmute our energy to move to a higher place. I just realized I didn't do archetype cards for you guys. I just skipped straight to the tarot. Okay, so in terms of the relationship, what kind of energies are you in? Teacher, yeah, it does feel like one person is more developed than the other. Shapeshifter. One person does need to kind of change shape. They need to reach a higher level. With these different colors, there's a sense of like internal alignment. You may feel like you can teach your person, or maybe your person has learned a lot from you. Yeah. Don Juan, your person is going through a bit of a phase where they're sowing their wild oats a little bit. I'm not going to take all of those cards that fell, but this one did fall face up, so yeah. There's this wounded child energy here. We have wounded child, father, and eternal child. So I feel like your person may not have had healthy role models for masculinity. You can switch this message if it resonates. And I feel like you may feel like it's your responsibility to teach this person and show them, you know, at their best they are loved. But I think it's their responsibility to deal with their own sort of energies around masculinity, how they care for other people, how they show up for other people, how they show up for themselves, how much love and attention they give to people. I feel like it feels like you've been in a position where you're like kept underground. I'm sorry if everyone picked the, like, if people pick the rose quartz, because it's supposed to be like a really good love energy and this is like a mess. But it does feel like, yeah, it feels like they just need to heal their inner child, honestly, with 2 child cards coming out and the father. It feels like they need to kind of go back and reparent themselves a little bit and discover what is eternally light and beautiful in them, instead of kind of looking for attention with this Don Juan in immature ways and sort of needing to affirm one's masculinity via these false shows of romanticism or emotionalism. Instead, actually learn how to be loving and nurturing and giving. So yeah, your person is like going through some shapeshifter stuff. But let's say we like did get to this point where you guys are positive, motivating forces in each other's lives and our inner child is healed. What would that look like in terms of the relationship and the sex? What does that look like? Oh, she wanted to pop. Oop, oop, oop. Oh my god. So we have the 4 of Wands, is this? No, 4 of Air. So it feels like some shadow work needs to be done. I'm seeing there's like this damsel and this ogre and blah, blah, blah. You may be waiting for this person to rescue you a little bit, or like waiting for them to come home or come back. And I feel like this is not necessarily in your best interest. With this, you got another 4 coming out. This time it's the 4 of Earth. I'm saying it's better for you to level up, do your own shit, focus on the other relationships in your life. If you're a woman especially, or a femme, focus on your relationship with other feminine people, because I feel like that's what's really nourishing you. Queen of Swords is telling you to be an independent energy for a little bit. they are doing their thing, they're shape-shifting. But again, say they do. Say they get into the kind of their eternal child, healed energy, and you guys get together. Then what? Ooh! Okay. So, we have the Magician being here, so it feels like there's a lot of different possibilities. A lot of things they want to explore with you. It feels like you guys could do shadow work together a little bit. I feel like you should definitely do a bit on your own, for sure, with this Queen of Swords. She's telling you to have your own tribe, your own people, your own group around you. But I do think you guys could help each other face down some demons, especially demons that have to do with intimacy. I definitely feel like your person will have to overcome some demons with intimacy, even if they have like leveled up a lot on their own. Coming together will kind of reactivate certain wounds, and they may kind of show you uglier parts of themselves. They may have to like take some time out to really, that's the Hanged Man, examine who they really are and what they really want in a connection and who they want to be in a connection. And kind of with this Magician, I'm getting like God complex energy, so they may have to kind of let go of their need to control a little bit, and that's going to be very hard. You may challenge them to do that. Are there any more messages regarding sex? Okay, so yeah, I do think that like once they get past that, I feel like with this Queen of Wands there, you are kind of like this dream girl energy, and they kind of just want to see you do your thing. With the Three of Coins, they want to see you, they want to experience all these different parts of you and see, they definitely feel like they want to see you dressed up in something very nice, kind of showing up and showing off. Yeah, they want to see you kind of on a pedestal a little bit, like they do want to see you in some kind of, maybe like where they want to see you dance for them or something. That's so weird sounding, but I feel like they want to see you kind of do something really sexy and show offy for them. They want to see you decked out in your best. Can I get any more sex messages? Again, with the Ace of Wands, I think they just want to see you in a state of like total abandon a little bit. Like they want to see your fiery side for sure. They want to see, yeah, they want to kind of like just watch your face while you ride it, I feel like is something that's kind of coming through for me. They may like to like find it really sexy when you do things like eat, or like just do something that doesn't seem like it should be sexy, but they find it sexy. I feel like they definitely like a more aggressive feminine energy. I don't know if in the past they've been more aggressive with Don Juan, but I feel like they want to see you all fired up with the Queen of Wands. They want to see you really like they want to see you confident. They want to see you kind of aggressive, kind of taking what's yours is kind of the vibe I get with it. Just really enjoying yourself using their body. And they want to watch you do that. Like they want to watch you on top, that kind of thing. Like I feel like with Don Juan here, like this person really, really wants to be wanted. They want to feel like your ideal man or masculine energy. Okay, yeah, we have the King of Wands and you're the Queen of Wands here for them. So yeah, there's a really, really fiery energy coming through, and they want to be like that pinnacle. They have to get out of this God complex energy a bit. They have to suspend that. But I do still think they will always have a little bit of an ego, is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. How many cards popped? Okay. Yeah, okay, so we have another ace, the Ace of Coins. I think they just really like appreciate you. They appreciate your face, they appreciate your hair, your eyes. They kind of like it when you're a little bit tough, a little bit ballsy. I don't know why that came up, but yeah, they do like it when you give them a bit of a hard time. Again, with this card, I feel like this is the Hierophant. They like it when you're really surprising. They want you to just kind of jump them. They do want like an aggressive feminine energy. And again, we have the Knight of Wands. There's two cards of women riding horses. So yeah, I definitely feel like they want you to ride. They want you on top, and they want to watch they want maybe reverse cowgirl, I feel like, but I also feel like they really like to look at your face. So, I mean, that could change. They like to look at all of you, to be fair. But yeah, they do like you to like show off for them, or like do shocking things. Like they just want you to be kind of a bit of an exhibitionist. They want you to be a little bit extravagant. That's their fantasy. So if this isn't resonating, maybe it's not your person, but like this is the energy I'm getting for the sex side of things, their fantasy life. This could be more on the fantasy side of things. With if they don't actually like live out this Don Juan kind of energy, they could just like fantasize really, really intensely about like aggressive you know, women, really sexualized women. Yeah, so, and I'm getting this one, this Page of Wands on his own, and then this woman who's kind of like in this weird blue light, and he's in the red light. Your person could actually feel very alienated, and like they can't find the right women, or they never, there's this like ethereal women just out of reach, like this fantasy girl or dream girl, and they just want to like reach out and like grab her. So I feel like if you were in their life, they would really enjoy like physically grabbing a hold of you and just seeing you and being like, oh my god, she's real, like I can't believe it. That's kind of the thing. I feel like if they have had a lot of hookups, it's been sort of like not super meaningful or fulfilling. And if they haven't, they've just been feeling really alienated, and like they really, yeah, they might be just be like a serial masturbator with this magician here. Like it really depends on your specific person. But it feels like they haven't had a ton of meaningful connections. Yeah, your person's very horny. Hella horny. And I do think, yeah, they do want you to like show off to them. Any last messages? Anything else? Oops. Okay, yeah. So we have the King of Air and the Six of Coins. So yeah, I think they just enjoy watching you, like in your element, like just being sexy, like, you know, like just around your apartment, in the house. They want you to just be wearing just like something cute. I don't think it has to be full lingerie like her. Like it could just be like cute little booty shorts and a tank top, but they find that very exciting. Like they really, really like that. Yeah, they want to feel like a king with you. Like they may be unimportant out in the world, but I feel like they're a king in their castle when they're with you. Yeah, and you're just like this dream girl. You're just, it's just so valuable to have a real person, I feel like, in their life, because they do feel kind of lonely, honestly. That have a real person who really cares about them and is with them, I feel like means a lot to with the sleeper energy. Yeah, they could have just been like feeling like they were alone for a really, really long time, and maybe they didn't have the best models for how to be a man or how to express masculinity, so they alienated themselves a lot. And so I feel like you just feel like such a gift with these two aces here. You're like such an opportunity. And I think the reason they want you to be so aggressive is because they just want to know that you want them. So if you don't want to be like these women on this card, like fully wrestling a dude to the bed, I don't feel like that's a huge problem. They just kind of want to like see that there's this like beautiful person in their life that really wants them and like cares about them and is attracted to them. I feel like that's just so meaningful to them because they were like such a like kind of lone wolf fantasist, and they didn't experience anything real. Yeah, with the Knight of Coins, they just want it to be something real. Like you're just like this nice, beautiful person who just meanders into their life, and there's just such an incredible it's just such an opportunity to them, and like I feel like they're willing to move at your pace. Also, all these knights coming out, they really want you to ride it, but like, sorry, besides that, I feel like there's just something about you that is just like, they're so thankful for you. Like you're such a real grounded presence in their life, and that is like so valuable to them. I feel like their past relationships have felt like unreliable or like haven't really brought out the best in them, or they haven't tried to bring out the best in themselves. But you are just like such a powerful energy, and I feel like they are so grateful that you came and like kind of woke them up a little bit, because I feel like they had everything like in the material. With this, their first card was that full moon in Earth, so I feel like they had everything they needed in the material, but like in terms of like spiritually and like emotionally, that there was like this thing that was missing, and then you came in and you like, and they felt more peace inside of themselves. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting with it. So that is the reading that I have for you. I hope that was enjoyable or interesting or fun or all three. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.